Hard to Start podcast back with another video, man. We had the third installment of the must-haves for the 2024 fantasy redraft season, man. I'm Hard to Start JD, aka the Guccini, man. Trying to give y'all some a little bit of fantasy isms to prepare y'all for y'all drafts y'all upcoming drafts this season, man. You know, we got if you haven't checked the first two videos we dropped on the running backs and wide receivers, go ahead and check them videos out. But before we get into this video, let's make sure we get us a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel and go through our archive, man, and slide through that thing and run some of the old joints up. Throw some comments on that thing, man, and you know what I mean. Get locked in with the Hard to Start, and salute to everybody that's already locked in, man. Well, let's get it started, man, with the first tight end that we're going to talk about today, man. It's going to be Isaiah Likely of the Baltimore Ravens, man. 100%. Let's get into it, man. Coming in as the 183rd player being drafted at the 16.04, Likely in the 23 season was able to log 8 starts with Mark Andrews getting hurt in Week 11. Before Andrews' injury, Likely wasn't a factor on the field. When he got on it from weeks 11 through 17, he had 28 targets with 19 receptions, 291 receiving yards with 4 touchdowns, and posting 3 top 5 finishes in those weeks. By the end of the season, he finished with 13.7 yards per reception, second at the position, 10.3 yards per target. That was second at the position. He had 203 snaps out of the slot, 261 routes ran, and a target separation of 2.28, and finished with 30 receptions, 411 receiving yards, which was 24th at the position, and 5 TDs scored. He basically had the same stats as Kyle Pitts from weeks 12 through 17. Atlanta's bye week being 11, and Pitts, who finished as the tight end 13 overall, those weeks had 29 targets, 16 receptions, 221 receiving yards, and with 2 TDs, with no top 5 finishes, but 2 top 10 finishes. And with OBJ being gone, and the second most pass catcher, second most pass catcher that was targeted in that offense, and likely outplaying Rashad Bateman in four less games, I think that Likely is definitely going to have a bigger role in this offense, especially with OBJ going out to Miami. I know they brought in Dontez Walker. I think that's Brad's name, but the way that Likely came on, especially in the last 5 games of the season and then going into the playoffs, Likely was a hell of a weapon for Lamar, man. And I think that the sky's the future for sure. Or the future. Hey, the ceiling is the roof for my boy Isaiah Likely, 100%, bruh. Let's get into the next tight end, man. The next tight end that we're gonna talk about is Cade Otton for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, coming in as the 173rd overall player being drafted and going at the 15.05. Cade is a great candidate from last season, finishing as the tight end 19 and posting 6 top 15 and 1 top 3 tight end finishes. He is a tight end I can see walking into a breakout season. Posting last season 67 targets, only 1 target missing to be tied for 3rd on the team in targets, 4th on the team with 47 receptions, and 4th on the team in receiving yards with 455. It's clearly that he is the 3rd or 4th option on the team. But Otton is not just a catch and fall down tight end, with having 220 yards after the catch, having a 95.9% snap share, so he's not coming off the field. 568 routes ran and 100% route precipitation, and an A dot of 6.7 with a target separation of 2.3 and 9.7 yards per reception with 6 plus 20-yard catches or more. And with him coming into his 3rd season, I definitely could see him as a breakout tight end. So y'all definitely make sure y'all go get some shares of Cade Otton for sure, bro. Especially Like I said, coming into his third season, this is his second season with Baker. Uh, I think Mike Evans only signed 1 year, a 1 year deal. So we're not talking about next year, but we is talking about this year. I could definitely see Cade Otton coming in and commanding a few more targets, and definitely getting into that tight end two range, the top of the tight end two range, 100%. Let's get into our last one, bruh. It's gonna be Dalton Schultz, bruh, of the Houston Texans, bruh. Everything. Dalton Schultz is one of my guys right now, man, 100%. Let's get into it. Coming in as the 126 drafted overall player and 11.06. Dalton in his first season in Houston, he was the 12th most targeted tight end in the league with 88, and only six games where he was targeted four or less times in a game. His 59 receptions was 12th at his position, as well as 635 receiving yards. He had a target share of 17.5% and was in the league. 14 targets in the red zone, catching 7 of those targets, with Stephon Diggs coming over in the offseason and Tank Dell getting healthy. I can see Dalton could see them eating into Dalton's targets. But in 2021, where he finished as the tight end 3 in a loaded offense that had 3 players over 100-plus targets, Schultz being one of them, CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper being the other, and 3 other players on that team having 60-plus targets. I'm not saying that Dalton can repeat that tight end 3 season, but he's known to be able to eat in a stacked offense, and with him being involved in the red zone and the threat of Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs outside, Dalton Schultz should be able to top them 5 TDs that he had last year, and with the ADOT of 7.6 and 10.8 yards per catch and 259 yards after the catch, he's another tight end at the back end. No Diddy. No Diddy. He's not a catch and fall guy. And with those weapons for CJ, and CJ having 98 less pass attempts than Mahomes and 82 less completions and only 75 less passing yards than the best quarterback in the best quarterback in football, the Houston Texans are all in on this offense, with the offense last year scoring 20 or more points 12 times last year and 30 or more points 4 times last year. So, man, look, they all in. Houston should definitely be a high-scoring offense. They also added Joe Mixon in the off season as well. So it should be a lot. It should be a lot easier for CJ to go ahead and put them points up. And CJ, we all in the fantasy community have high hopes for CJ, and that correlates especially with Dalton Schultz, bro. Especially with the weapons they got on the outside. I only see Tank Dell being maybe a 80 to 90 target type of receiver, you know what I mean? Low A dot, close to the line of scrimmage, even though I know he can get run all types of routes and whatnot. But Dalton Schultz, bruh. Make sure you get some Dalton Schultz, man. That's the tight ends right there, man, 100%. That's the Heart to Start podcast. Top 3 tight ends, not top 3 tight ends, but 3 tight ends that you must have. We're going to come back with some quarterbacks, and man, we're going to stay running it up. It's fantasy football season. It's Christmas time for us, man, in the community, man. Thank you for rocking with us, man. Y'all stay tuned in, man. We're going to come back in a minute.